In this tutorial, we will go over the way you patch fixtures in Hog4 with the new patching structure introduced in version 3.14. Prior to this version, fixtures were patched directly to specific outputs on your console or in your system. Now we patch fixtures to a set of universes within the console, and then we map those universes to the outputs in the system. This means that your patching is simplified and that you can describe your fixture patch as address X in universe Y rather than address X on DP8KY port Z. Patch universes can be mapped to as many outputs as you like on your system and can be moved from device to device just by remapping, rather than the older way of cloning and deleting. So let's have a look. First, patching your fixtures is very similar to how it was before. Press Setup and Patch to open the fixture window, or press and hold to open it in an empty part of a screen. Next, we'll press the Add Fixtures button to tell the system how many of each device type we want to patch. Let's add 10 SolaFrame 1000 fixtures. You can either scroll to the high-end section, or you can just type into the search field SolaFrame, and then find the one you want. So let's add 10 fixtures by selecting the fixture type and typing 10, and then pressing Enter. Now let's add 10 TurboRay fixtures the same way. And then click OK to close this dialog. You'll see those 10 SolaFrame 1000s listed in the fixture window at fixture numbers 1 through 10, and the TurboRay fixtures below that starting with fixture number 101. Now we can patch those to a universe. Let's type 1 through @ to select those SolaFrames and open the fixture patch dialog. Here you can see a number of patch universes already available. These will correspond to the number of universes your console supports, or 12 universes for Hog4 PC. If you want to patch to a universe not already in the list, you can add more universes by clicking the Add Universe button. Note that you can patch as many universes as you like, but you can only output the number of universes your system supports. So for example, you can patch 12 universes in Hog4 PC, but you can only output as many as you have widget outputs for, or as many as your ETC Nomad dongle allows. We'll talk about how you can choose which universes get output when we talk about mapping. So let's ensure universe 1 is selected, and then type 1, Enter to complete our command line and patch fixtures 1 through 10, starting at address 1, universe 1. You can see the starting address now for each fixture in the fixture window. Let's patch our TurboRays the same way, starting at address 1 on universe 2. Aha! Now we get a notification that our fixtures will not fit in a single universe, and the console would like to continue patching in the next. In this case, that's just fine, so we will click OK, and then when we look at fixture 110, we can see it's been patched to universe 3. We can also switch now to universe view to see the patch by universe rather than by fixture. If you look along the universe headings, you'll notice that universes have a number and a letter. You might have also seen this in the patching dialog. The letter is a universe name, and you can change it. To change a universe name, you select a universe in this view and then press Rename Universe. We'll name Universe 1 SolaFrame 1K instead of A. Other things we can do with Patch Universe include cloning a universe to another. This only really needs to be done if your patch is truly identical or close enough that editing this way makes more sense. You do not need to clone universes to move them from one port to another. We'll see how that's done in the mapping table. You can also unpatch whole universes here and delete whole universes. If you delete a universe by accident, you can undo that deletion. So now that we have fixtures patched, we might want to get some data to them. In Hog4 PC, there's no mappings made to output devices or protocols by default. On console hardware, we do map to existing DMX ports automatically, but you can make changes if you like. We'll show adding mappings in an empty table as you would see in Hog4 PC. So open the network window either by pressing Setup or Network, or by opening it directly by pressing on an empty part of the display and then pressing Network. Then select the processor you want to map to. The console is usually processor number 1. And then press Settings. Then we press the Output tab and press Add Mapping. This opens a dialog where you can enter a range of patch universes to map to this processor. We have things patched to universes 1 through 3, so let's enter that range. Then select where to map these 3 universes. You can map to widget or gadget 2 outputs, ArtNet and SACN at the same time, but for right now, we're just going to map to SACN. And then press OK. This has mapped the patch universes 1-to-1 with SACN universes on FixtureNet. If I want to route my patch universes to other SACN universes, I can just change the port number to the SACN universe I want to use. For example, if my SolaFrame 1K fixtures should be controlled by SACN universe 11, I can just map universe 1 to SACN port 11. Let's add mappings for these 3 universes so that they will also be distributed via ArtNet. So now we're going to click Add Mapping, enter the range 1 through 3 again, and select ArtNet. And then press OK. Patch Universe 1 defaults to mapping to ArtNet Universes 0, Patch Universe 2 to ArtNet Universe 1, and so on. This is because ArtNet universes start at 0, not 1. This list is currently sorted by universe number, but you can sort by any of the column headers. If you want to see SACN separated from ArtNet, for example, just click on the Type column header. Let's map now to DMX ports. These are mapped via the widget type, regardless of whether those ports are on the back of the console, on a USB widget, or on an ETC Gadget 2. Widget mappings require the widget to be connected or be built into the console. We'll add a widget to our Hog4 PC setup and then add the mappings. You can change where the widget mapping goes by selecting another widget destination and/or port number. You do not have to clone and delete the patch universe to move it, just adjust the mapping here in this table. If you want to move the universe to another processor, remove the mapping from the original processor and add the mapping to the new processor. A note about moving show files from one console type or setup to another: the mapping is stored in the show file. If the configuration of your system changes, such as moving from one console type to another, adding or deleting processors or widgets, you will need to adjust your mappings to fit. If your new system doesn't have as many license output as the original, the system will use the license priority setting to determine which universes get transmitted to the rig. For example, if you have a show with 4 universes patched and you want to run it on Hog4 PC with a 2-universe ETC Nomad dongle and a Gadget 2, universes of priority 1 and 2 will be able to output. The priority can be changed, so if in that case you really need universes 3 and 4 to be the ones that get output, you can change the priorities and map them to your Gadget 2. We hope you enjoy this new flexibility of the patching scheme in version 3.14. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us via our forums at highend.com. Thanks so much.